Splendid news here, and this is where it rears up. Look, it just looks like a wall, doesn't it, ahead? And it's Great Britain turning the screw at the front. Out of the saddle, every rider here trying to inject a little bit more pace, and that field continues to thin down significantly.
That might be, I'm not sure who that's on the front now. Is it Catherine Williamson who's driving on there, setting the pace?
Well, it was Williamson that had a crack in the finishing straight, wasn't it, before? But she's on the left and going back now, so the pressure is beginning to hurt as Pooley starts to come through once again. Emma Pooley, and she's got Italians for company. There's a Canadian also there in the mix, but the pace being tapped out right on the right here by one of the riders. I think it's is it Sweden here coming through, or is it Kazakhstan? But Pooley is right there all the time, never misses a move, but she's got to try and work out a formula to distance herself from the rest.
Well, it looks like Pooley is actually watching the others, so she might be actually working for the team now, so she's marking the other breaks rather than trying to get away herself.
And I reckon she's helping Cook there, Chris, because Cook was just in the middle as well. Wow, what a strong position this is for Great Britain. There is Cook on the left of our screen, about 4 back. So,
Armstead struggling a little bit. Yeah. She is going back down the group. She's not finished. It could come back, but there's only Cook in that group there with Pooley. And we see another attack on the right.
Yep, another
it's
attack.
America again.
It is. That looks like Nebben to me. And Pooley reacts immediately. Pooley going up into the wheel of Nebben. Johansson from Sweden is the third rider back, but this is playing very nicely into the hands of Cook. And I think your observation there is spot on, Chris. Looks like Nebben is in the mix, but it's more significant that Pooley looks as though she's prepared to sacrifice her chances to get Cook to the finish for the sprint. She's had a couple of goes, got clear, but not enough strength to really fly away. But Cook is the better finisher, and she's right up there in the mix.
Well, she's going back to help her. She's actually going back down the line, looking for Nicole Cook, trying to keep her in contact. She knows that Cook's got the better shot if it comes to a sprint. That really is some fantastic teamwork there.
It certainly is tremendous teamwork.
Cook and digging deep.
It does reflect, of course, exactly what happened in Beijing when Laws and, of course, Pooley laid themselves down to get Cook in the right position to win that thrilling sprint for the gold medal. Well, tremendous situation here. Great Britain in a very, very strong position as they're coming up to the summit of the ridge for the final time. There's just that fast descent, and then they'll take on the concluding ascent of Fraser Street. Now we're looking at the Australians who've still got something to say about this.
Well, I think she's struggling there. I think her race is done.
Yeah, I reckon she was
Corset, the last
yeah,
the Australians in the front group.
Correct, sorry. Johansson it is then, over the top of the climb first. Then it was Pooley, followed by Goderzo, defending world champion. Cantelli was there. Judith Orn, former world champion. Nicole Cook, the Olympic gold medal winner. And Evelyn Stevens coming through for USA.
Well, it's split a little bit over the top, but not enough. I still think we're going to have that group of maybe 20 riders, as you said. We saw Armstead there, 17 seconds back, so I'm sure that she can come back as well. So Great Britain's going to have at least 3 riders here.
Big attack on the left here. This looks like Nicole Cook to me. Cook's having a crack here, and she's probably one of the better sprinters, but Cook said, I'm not waiting for the sprint, I'm going alone. Nicole Cook, who's got the Grand Slam, remember, in her trophy cabinet, Commonwealth, Olympic and world champion, and it's Nicole Cook with the bit between her teeth now, and she's put the rest to the sword. What an attack this is by Cook.
Well, it's one very, very bold move. There's still some kilometres, 6-7 kilometres to go. She's clocked at over 70 kilometres an hour. We thought she'd wait for that finishing sprint, but no, she's going while everybody is still tired before they've been able to organise a chase behind. And Emma Pooley really did help her out there. So that was some great teamwork to set Nicole Cook up. She's got maybe, what, 50 metres now?
She certainly has. Well, Cook, who's only had 1 win this year, she's been out in the wilderness almost, but she's come here with the good form and the good legs, and she's Cook that's taking them on. And really, she can afford to wait to the sprint because there's probably only Voss who can put her under pressure in the concluding stages. But it's Nicole Cook, who, of course, is going to be going away to New Delhi to try and win the gold medal in the Commonwealth Games, and she's already won that once. And Cook on the descent, going very strongly here. Now, if she can get over the top here of Fraser Street, this 800-metre ascent, it's looking very good.
Well, it's the Italians who's chasing. She's got about 100 metres meters. She needs a little bit more to get over that next climb, but as soon as she gets down the bottom, it's going to be Emma Pooley who can afford to watch and wait on the next climb. So it's a great bit of teamwork between the two of them.
It's the old 1-2 tactic, this, isn't it, Chris? One rider goes clear. If that rider gets pulled back, then you launch another one. But I would have thought Cook would have been one to have gone towards the later stages, because she's the one with the sprint, but she's got the good legs and she's established an advantage, and if anything, she's going further away.
Well, she's got about 5 seconds now, but if obviously she's working really hard as she comes into the bottom of this climb, and it's very, very steep, whereas some of the other riders here, the favourites, are sat in the wheels freewheeling and just resting for that last climb. So it's a bold move, but I'm not sure she's got enough distance, but it certainly plays into the hands of Emma Pooley. It's not over yet. We've seen Nicole Cook make an attack like this, have it come back and be able to go again, and she's got time to recover as well.
She's certainly got fantastic courage and power. She won the world title in Varese in 2008, and on that occasion it was her courage and determination that got her the gold medal. Marianne Vos had launched the winning move and looked as though she was going to win, but Cook swept past her in the closing stages, and it was Judith Arndt of Germany on that occasion that got the bronze. But there is the gap. But she does look good to me, though.
She looks okay, but she's got 5 seconds, and I think I'm almost certain they're going to bring her back, but she needs to be able to just stay in contact over the top, and she has got time to recover. Staying in contact is going to be, she's really going to have to push for that.
Yeah, Nicole Cook now needs to just drop back in the wheels and see whether she's got anything for the counter-attack, but she's been pulled back, and it looks like Germany on the front to me doing the damage now. That doesn't look like Judith Arndt, so maybe Arndt is further back and they're looking after the interests of the German team leader. There we are. They're just like flies on a wall here as you look down, aren't they? The fill absolutely in bits, and this is the leading group. These are the contenders that are going to fight it out for goal. Pooley on the front, not wanting to try and go clear, just dancing there on the pedals and looking to see if anybody's going to attack, and she's going to neutralise that move. Cook has slipped further back in the wheels, but the fact that the pace has eased off has given her a chance to get her breath back. Another attack on the left here, and this is another Italian attack, and the Dutch competitor going with her. It looks like Vos, you're right, Pooley's there. So 3 more riders going. Cook once again reacts and digs deep. She said, you're not going to get away without me. Now then, what's Pooley going to do? Is she going to slip back and try and pull back up into the leading group? Cook. Johansson is also down there for Sweden.
Well, Cook's going to stay in contact here, I think. She's going to just drag herself over the top. She's 5 meters behind. She will be in contact for the finish, but they've managed to get themselves away. There's only 1, 2, 3, maybe 8 riders there. I think when we see 1 or 2 more come up, but we could see a counter-attack right now over the top.
Yep, that's exactly what the British have got to be aware of. The counter-attack. You're all right, Chris. You've read it spot on. Here comes the counter-attack. And as we're looking right into the sun here, it's difficult to see, but I reckon that's Cook. It looks like the crouching style again of Nicole Cook. So she has regrouped and got her breath back and attacked. And is that Judith Arndt she's got with her, former world champion? Well,
2 of them with 5 kilometers to go. 2 is the perfect number, and I certainly wouldn't bet against Nicole Cook amongst those 2 for the sprint.
It is Judith Arndt who got the silver medal a couple of days ago in the time trial, finishing runner-up, of course, to Pooley. Now then, 2 former world champions have now taken this on board. A brace of talent going clear here. A reaction by France and Canada in the mix as well, and so is Pooley. Oh, what a finish this is going to be. That, in fact, is Italy, and that's the defending world champion, Tatiana Guderzo. So we've got Arndt on the front, former world champion, being followed by Cook, former world champion, and, of course, reigning Olympic champion. Guderzo, the defending world champion, is trying to come across the gap. Now then, was Vos in the mix?
Well, I don't think the gaps are going to be big at the moment. There's just a handful of seconds in it, but these 2 know that this is the move of the race. They have to commit themselves now. This is their last chance.
It is the last throw of the dice, isn't it? There's Pooley, who's done a fantastic team job for Cook here in the concluding lap. And right on the front of that little group from Canada is Tara Whitten, the double track champion. Pooley content to sit in the wheel of Whitten, while the other 2 are enjoying their freedom. They've escaped. Now then, can they profit from it?
Well, they had about 100 meters gap, and that's quite significant for them to for the... I think they can actually make that, the two of them, but they must commit themselves completely. The other teams have got to chase. Emma Pooley will stay in the wheels while these two work hard. She won't have to do anything, and if they do get caught back, well, she'll be counter-attacking. But Cook is the better of the two from this point on in the course. Nicole Cook, her second attack inside of 3 kilometres, and what a person to go away with.
Just shows the guts and determination, doesn't it, of Nicole Cook.